towards the pits here, Keith. Got the orange vest, so it could well be one of the Rooki600 riders.
Shame.
That's returning back.
Somebody was going quite slowly here. I thought I wasn't sure if that was a problem with the machine or one of the riders who just likes to do a slow warm-up lap, or is maybe somebody who just not that quick to start with.
Green flag at the back here, Keith. Red lights are on for the 600s. Out they go, and off towards Old Hall Corner. It's going to be Keaton Leatherland who gets there first. Fraser Lysachenko is a little bit later on the brakes, but not close enough to challenge Leatherland into Old Hall Corner on this first lap. So Leatherland will lead from Fraser Lysachenko. A few changes of position further down the order as they go through Denton's, but we'll do have the green flag at the back for the Open 500. Lights are on, lights are off. And a few hop, skipping and jumps in the mid-pack I can see from here. Luca Wilkinson is the man who will take the running. Archie Ormrod is there in second. Jake Donkersley just about squeezes out Sean Crone. I think that was for third. But it's Luca Wilkinson from Archie Ormrod. That is Jake Donkersley up there in third place. Looks like Damien Lee may have just got a little bit caught up on the exit of the first corner. Loses a couple of positions there, Keith. But the Rooki600s, I imagine, are already near you.
Can't quite see them yet, but they'll be popping over the hill any moment, I should think. And this is going to be interesting. We'll be interested to hear the lap times. It'll give us an idea of how dry it is out there and what the conditions are like. The big difference today is it doesn't look very windy here today, whereas yesterday, particularly in the afternoon, we had a horrible wind going across, which was really affecting the lap times. Now these guys were looking for a low 1:48 as an ultimate time, because that is the lap record, of course, as it's going to be Leatherland who leads ahead of Lysachenko, and then the 88 machine there in third place. Again, I couldn't quite catch the number on the bike behind there either, because it didn't seem to be on the bottom of the bike where it should be. So watching the rookie riders, all with their orange vests, of course, ready to go. And here come the Open 500s already. I don't think it's going to be too long before these guys and girls are into the back of these machines. And that is the 176 machine leading the way. Is that Luca?
That's Luca.
Yeah, thought it was. It's all right. And Luca heads away, and he's got a good lead already, actually. Obviously, he wants to get one over on Sean Crone, his teammate, who it was 1-1 from yesterday, wasn't it, Bradley?
It was.
So you definitely want to find your way past your teammate there. And
across the line at the end of lap number 1 for the Rooki600s, it's Keaton Leatherland with the advantage by half a second over Fraser Lysachenko. It's the number 17 of Andrew Morris, Keith, the man from Dis, who holds third at the moment, as the Open 500s are heading towards us now. So I think it may be that the leaders of the Open 500s catch the tail enders of the 600s on this second lap. But it's Luca Wilkinson ahead of Sean Crone. That's Jake Donkersley going from 4th to 3rd. Up the inside of Archie Ormrod. So we do have a few non-working transponders. Number 27, 88 and 155.
All right, no split time for those guys and girls then, so we'll have to try and keep an eye on that.
It looks like it could have been Sean McShane. He's not come around to complete lap number 1, so it may have been Sean McShane who retired back to the paddock.
Okay.
As coming across the line, Michael Frost is out there, but not on the TZ. That's a TZR that he's out on, Keith.
Oh, right, yeah, because TZ was what let him down yesterday. Right, the battle of the 600s goes on then, and it is still Leatherland with Lysachenko right in his wheel tracks trying to find a way. These guys have already opened up quite a bit of a gap before their pursuers come past, and watching them all safely through hissies for the second time. And yeah, we're definitely seeing a bit of a split there, because here come the 500s. These guys are absolutely flying. Luca Wilkinson really establishing himself. Oh, we've got a good bit of overtaking going on. The slower 600 is getting beat up. 4 of them are outbrake him going down the hill there. So that gives you an idea of the sort of pace. 3 of them outbrake him, because they've outbraked 2 of them. So there we go, a good little scrap there. The 500s finding their way through. I can see Hayden Smith, the championship leader at this early stage of the year. He's out there once again on the little TZR 250.
Tell you what, Keith, across the line it was 0.4 of a second advantage for Keaton Leatherland, but it looks like Fraser Lysachenko got great drive out of Old Hall Corner and really closed the gap down into Denton's and Cascades.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's in a good little position to pick up a good solid toe there, actually. He's trying desperately to stay with the relatively local man, and again they've disappeared out of my sight before I can love to be able to see down to Island Bend. I know you've got the camera, but I know it's not exactly HD stuff you're working with there, is it? In third place it's still Morris, then it's Albert Hall ahead of Roche, Allen, and then Roberts, Goff, Thomas and Hargreaves brings out your top 10. In the second class there, it's, what do we got there? Have I got, no, Crone and Wilkins, no, sorry, it's second, I know, I'm not going to bother. Anyway, you can see the screens better than I can. I'm going to watch the action in front of me, and it is still Leatherland leading Lisichenko. What sort of times are they doing at the moment, mate?
Leatherland at 1 minute 50.6. Lisichenko on that previous lap at 1 minute 50.5. Bearing in mind, yesterday we were in the 48s.
Yep, that's what we're looking for. I'm going to wonder how close we're going to get, because that's just obviously a guide as to how the track is. The same riders in the similar track. It'll give us a very good guide to how track conditions are. So the last of the top bunch, I have to say, of the 600s just coming past. It's the number 26 machine just coming past. He's going to be the next one who's going to get caught there.
Got the leaders coming towards me now. Michael Frost has retired from the race in the Open 500, so Michael Frost is back into the pits as Keaton Leatherland leads Fraser Lisichenko at 1 minute 50 flat for Leatherland, at 1 minute 50.2 for Fraser, as number 17 of Andrew Morris comes across the line in third. There goes Albert Hall in fourth place ahead of the 55, so the number 55 there of Tim Roche ahead of Robert Goff and Jack Allen at number 999, who has dropped a couple of positions on this lap. Open 500 leaders will be with us very, very shortly. I can see Luca Wilkinson already on the plunge down from Lodge, down in towards Deersley, over the crest and back into our sights now. Pitboard goes out for Luca Wilkinson, and that will say that he is leading the way by 0.5 of a second, so half a second advantage for Luca Wilkinson over Sean Crone. They are in the 1 minute 55, but Sean Crone at 1 minute 53 flat. So Sean Crone, he is the man to watch, Keith. They're down in towards Denton's now.
Yeah, no, I was watching him get a little bit closer here, and I thought he looks a little bit quicker than his rival there. Looks like a little bit quicker than Luca. Luca definitely can't relax here. Here come the leaders in the 600s to me. It is pretty much nose to tail. Lisichenko using a little bit more road on the exit there of the first part of his. He's a little bit more on the exit. Neither of them are actually using all of the track there. It's quite dry, but maybe they're just not getting the drive off the circuit. Come on, boys, you're paying for the use of the circuit. You might as well use as much as you can, as the rest of the 600s now come through. Again, some good little midfield battles there as everybody tries to gain an advantage. But I'm looking for the last of the 600s, because that means I'm going to see the first of the 400s coming towards me. I'm keen to see that battle between Wilkinson and Crone. Here they come. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there, was it, by Wilkinson? Crone's a little bit of a better line, I feel. I think he's going to get the better drive going up the hill. He's definitely picking up a toe as they go screaming out of my sight. I tell you what, it's going to be very close between those two. And you look back a bit further, you can see some of the Open 500s are using all the track. They're maximising their corner speed. But it just kind of shows you Hayden Smith. We know what a great competitor he is. He's right out to the white line on the exit of the corner there, making the most of it. That's the difference between guys who've been doing this for a while. They know that you can push that a little bit harder, use all the track, make the most of it, open the power, let it drift wide.
So the Rooki600s have come past, and it's a 0.3 of a second advantage now for Keaton Leatherland as a change of the race lead for the Open 500s.
Yeah.
That is Sean Crone at the inside of Luca Wilkinson.
Thought that was coming.
Yeah, he holds on to it. So Sean Crone now takes the running in the Open 500s down the avenue in towards Denton's and Cascades. Now, interestingly enough, Keith, the Rooki600s, the lap times are now in the low 49s. Keaton Leatherland at 1 minute 49.315 and Fraser Lisichenko at 1 minute 49.044. So they're knocking on the door of a 48 again in the Rooki600s. There goes Paul Toland across the line now. He is running is sixth in the two-stroke for the Open 500s, as Wayne Avis across the line as well on that ZXR 400. Next up is Darren Cooper, number 162. He is heading towards Old Hall Corner now. But the first split times on this fifth lap, Keith, shows that Keaton Leatherland has pulled out nearly 0.2 of a second on Fraser Lisichenko.
Okay, because it looked pretty close. So they came past me, looked very similar indeed. But obviously the clock tells the real tale as I see a challenge at the back. No, it's another 600. No, it is not. It is Crone and Wilkinson. I did wonder. Yeah, that was Crone overtaking Wilkinson. I think I think Luca must have found his way past at some brief point.
Here we go for the Rooki600. Fraser Lisichenko up the inside into Denton. So Fraser Lisichenko leads the way now ahead of Keaton Leatherland. He went purple in sector number 2, did Fraser on that previous lap. We do have 4 laps to go, and it's Fraser who decides that now is the time to take the running.
Well, he's definitely got an idea of where he's quicker than his rival, because he's been following for long enough to learn every little part of the track where his rival is a little bit slower than him. Maybe that's why he's not using all the track on the exits here. He doesn't need to, because he's going that little bit in reserve. We'll wait and see. I can see Sean O'Hara out there on his CB500. Now, that's not his regular CB500. That's a slightly tuned one, I believe, a CB500S. It's got the little fairing on it, and he's out there enjoying that machine. It'll be interesting to see how those lap times compare. I'll have a word with Sean about that, and maybe he'll have a word with it on his Everyday Racer podcast, watching the leaders come past once again. 600s all past me. Going to be interesting to see those split times now, Bradley, that Lisichenko's out in front.
Got them right now,
Go
and
on.
it's Lisichenko 1:17.9. Keaton Leatherland has gone personal best with a 1:18.9. So yesterday we saw the lap record go yesterday, didn't we? There was 48.1.
Yep.
Fraser Lisichenko has the fastest lap of the race at the moment with a 1 minute 49.044. Track conditions down here, they've still got a few damp patches, but the majority of them offline, which is good news. As here comes Fraser and Keaton across the line to complete lap number 6, and it's a 1:49.3 for Fraser Lisichenko. So 0.3 of a second away from the fastest lap of the race, but importantly, he did open up the gap by 0.6 of a second over Keaton Leatherland, who went 0.6 of a second quicker on lap number 6, did Fraser over Keaton. Andrew Morris is having a good ride, 12 seconds away from the leading 2, but well up the road from Albert Hall by 7 seconds, in fact. Is
big moment for Sean Crone here, mate. He went across the grass, and it was very bouncy, and it looked like it was going to go horribly wrong, and incredibly he went across the grass and didn't lose a place, because I think everybody else behind backed right out of it, because they were expecting to see bits of Sean and bits of Bike come across the track in front of them any moment. So remarkably, Sean was able to regain the track. He's probably lost a couple of seconds or so on his best lap time there, but that was a very, should we say, a 5p dustbin lid moment for the back end of Sean Crone there.
It certainly sounds that way. It is still Sean Crone that leads as they go through Denton's and turn to the left now for Cascades. But as you said there, Keith, the gap has now been reduced all the way down to 0.2 of a second. And that doesn't help with Luca Wilkinson setting his personal best lap of the race of a 1 minute 52.4. So it was 2 seconds or so that he lost.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yep. Lisichenko forced to go around the outside of a back marker, so now the 600s are hitting the back markers as well, because obviously it's a longer, nearly twice as long as yesterday's race. Lisichenko forced to go around the outside of the back marker, whereas his rival Leatherland went down the inside. I don't think Fraser lost too much time there, because obviously Leatherland was also slightly held up and compromised on the exit line. For these two, it means that the back markers could well have a part to play in this race. How many laps have we got left, mate?
This is the penultimate lap. Keaton Leatherland, Keith, a 1 minute 47.914. So that's 0.2 of a second quicker than what we did yesterday. And I think I'm right in saying that's a new lap record again for Keaton Leatherland. A 1 minute 47.914. Previous lap record was a 48.8. Is that right?
That was yesterday,
so
yes.
They've broke it now over the weekend by a 0.9 of a second.
That's incredible stuff. And we've got the sun coming out now for those of you listening at home. Obviously, if you're at the track, you can see that for yourself. But the sun has now finally emerged from behind the clouds. So hopefully that'll put a bit of heat in the track, and we might see the lap record getting challenged in a few more classes. We'll wait and see. What's the rundown on the 2-stroke 500s, mate?
We've got Hayden Smith, who is leading the way in that one. In fact, we've got the Open 500 leaders coming towards us now. So Sean Crone still holds the advantage over Luca Wilkinson, but I think he may have just reined it a little bit further back than what he was doing earlier on before that moment, Keith, because he is now lapping. Let's have a look there. Sean Crone in the 52. In fact, no, he's doing personal best. I'm talking rubbish. 52 again there for Luca Wilkinson. Third is Jake Donkersley in the 4-stroke class for the Open 500. There goes Archie Yornrod. That makes him 4th in the 4 strokes. But Hayden Smith, he had a 2.3 second advantage over Steve Bailey. So Hayden Smith across the line now on the Paul Whitby YPM machine. There is Steve Bailey, number 52 on the TZ250. He's in towards Old Hall Corner now. Richard Hayward, third of the two strokes, but the Rookie 600 leaders already, well, I can see they've been gone past you.
Oh, that's somebody taking to the scenery there, and unfortunately gets clipped by another rider. The rider who got clipped is up and okay, and the other rookie rider who's gone down is up and okay. He hit the wet grass and lost the front as he slid. Bikes are tiring. They've both got the orange vest. I think they both might be 600s. One of them caused the accident. Unfortunately, the other guy had nowhere to go. Looks like they both get airbags, and all one's very angrily kicking the tyre wall, taking out the tyre wall. He's definitely going to need new canisters for the airbag suits, that's for sure. Just one of those incidents, unfortunately. Not quite sure who that is. You'll see who goes missing on your timing screen, I should think, if their transponders are working, mate.
I'll keep an eye on it as Fraser Lysichenko, Keaton Leatherland.
One of them's a CD500 by the look of it, actually.
Okay.
So maybe they are just rookie riders in their own right.
Okay, so we've had the top 6 come through, top 7 come through. Looks like the number 27, Stephen Roberts, has not come through on that JCW Solutions bike.
Yeah.
There goes 999, Jack Allen. Then it's the first of the Open 500s. Here comes Luca. He's up the inside of Sean Crone at Old Hall Corner. He knows this is the last lap, and the time is running out now, so he may as well do it into Old Hall Corner. He leads down the avenue. Next up, that is Jake Donkersley, third in the 4 strokes of the Open 500s. And looking further up the road now for Archie Ormrod. So Archie Ormrod, he was 4th of the 4 strokes, and here he comes across the line now to take the last lap flag. But leaders of the Rookie 600s, I can see from the sector times, Keith, they've been past you already. Yeah, so I was looking at that incident. So 155 and 27 who were involved in that. The 155 machine went down, and unfortunately the 27 had nowhere to go but over him. But the rider just consoling each other down there, so all good. And yeah, we saw Lysichenko having the same issue he had before, the lap before. Sorry, but the red flags go out.
Yeah, okay.
Red flags go out, and you see that Fraser is literally just about to take the checkered flag as the red flags went out.
Not sure where that is. I'm going to listen to the radio, mate. You tell us what's happening.
Can't see anything immediately obvious, just having a quick look around the circuit. In fact, I can see his rider up and okay Druids. But yeah, other than that, can't see anything immediately obvious from our vantage point here in the commentary box.